Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another Round the Rose podcast for this November 12th, 2024. Guys, we're only a few weeks out from the end of the year. It's scary to think this. And guys, like I said, we have so much to get to tonight. Tonight is one of those nights that sparks will be flying tonight. And what I mean by that is this. Coming up at 8:15 tonight, I have the photo right here, but I just have to explain what exactly is going on. In 2 weeks, Pro Wrestling Magic will set to do it's their last show before Kingdom Come in December. And they will be doing sort of like a Christmas show, but not really a Christmas show. But the main event is going to be an unsanctioned match between your Pro Wrestling Magic World Heavyweight Champion, Alex Reiman, and Shawn Donvan. And guys, in 15 minutes from now, both of them are going to be live on the screen. Like I said, guys, if you have been paying attention to this rivalry, they don't like each other. You guys saw it a couple months ago when I had Punk and Fury on here from Dynasty, that you thought they were going to be tough. Oh, I can tell you right now, what you guys are about to see tonight with Alex Reiman and Shawn Donvan, I haven't spoken to them yet, so I don't know what to expect. But knowing the hatred for those two have for each other, yeah, sparks are going to fly. There's no two ways about it. And then coming up at 9:30, because I figure why not go for the ultimate kill tonight? This coming Saturday, Titan Championship Wrestling presents Mount Olympus. Happening, I have the thing right here. There we go. Mount Olympus is happening this coming Saturday. And one of the, I guess you could say, surprises, but not really, because everybody kind of knew it was going to happen. Blaze Haram was announced to be making his return for Mount Olympus. It's his first time back in Titan in, close to over a year now, I think. He was originally the MoFi American, it was the American MoFi American TV, but then he switched it over and then became the Iraqi title. And if you remember, he had that epic rivalry with Steve Off from Pro Wrestling Magic. So we got that going on tonight. That will be at 9:30. And then, guys, coming up next week, I seriously can't believe this one is happening, because coming up next week is the 3-year anniversary of the Around the Ropes podcast. I can tell you right now, guys, sparks will be flying next week, but in a good way, because, guys, we're going to have, it's going to be a celebration. There's going to be a lot of guests coming on, and, guys, that will be next week. Also want to make another mention before we get to the video. Coming up this Thursday at 9 o'clock p.m. Sorry, my apologies, 9 p.m. Chad Mines will be joining me. And you're probably sitting there going, who's Chad? Chad is a part of a little company called GCW, Game Changer Wrestling. And Game Changer Wrestling next weekend is set to make their long-awaited debut at the American Dream Mall in New Jersey. We'll be talking to him about that. The next day, you got Bloodsport, so we'll talk to him about that. And so much more. But guys, let's go now. Courtesy of Bob Culture Podcast, Rob Williams put this together. And here's just a little video package of what this whole rivalry has been between Shawn Donvan and Alex Reiman.
This is not pro wrestling anymore, okay? This is legitimately personal.
This isn't called a mecca for fun. This is my place of worship. This is my steeple. This is where the God and devil take bets on my soul. Neither of them won. Wait till the world is mine.
Alex Reiman is trying to be a knockoff version of Cactus Jack.
Wait a second! Donovan is here! Who wasn't here with the mask? Who was that?
He's not really effing crazy.
Come on now! going on here? What the hell is this? Can we get security? This is my kingdom! Oh! Donovan! Oh my! He's not supposed to even be here! It's mine!
Alex! Alex! Go! Alex, get off of him! What are you doing? Stop trying to be a big fish in a small pond. You're better than that, but you just don't realize it.
Because when I made my mind up when I was 4 years old that I wanted to be a professional wrestler, nobody was going to take this away from me. And Shawn Donvan, you almost did that. Almost.
You should see me in a
No, he's got a fat. Oh my God! Shoulder arriving. The locker room is trying to gain control.
Go!
Oh, please. I got that. I got no weakness. Oh, my! He is screaming, I think, at Alex's father to get down.
Tell your little trainer that I'll be waiting next month. Tell him it's unsanctioned. Tell him there is no lawsuits pending. Tell him there is no law enforcement waiting for him or I. Only a hospital and or a morgue.
And guys, there you get it. Just in case you are not familiar of where this whole thing is headed to, because guys, I'm telling you right now, I've been in this industry, wrestling industry now, for the last 3 years, as of next week. And I've seen a crap ton of wrestling matches. I've seen a lot of feuds happen. But I don't think I have been more excited, more amped up for what we're about to see on Saturday, November 24th, for Pro Wrestling Magic between these two guys. These two guys, there's legit, like, I'm going to tell you right now, and you should get your tickets, or if not, go to iwtv.com and sign up for Pro Wrestling Magic. I think you can still use the code and save $10 off. Guys, you want to be in that building, because it's very rare in independent wrestling, and a lot of it's because of scheduling purposes, or a lot of it is because of, companies tend to not put storylines together anymore. It's very rare that you see that you're going to see magic, and that you're going to see something magical happen that night. And I mean, the card itself is loaded, and we'll go over the card later on. But this is the card, the match that everybody's going to be talking about going into when you see all of these podcasts, mine, Rob Williams, when we start doing our match of the years for indies, I can almost make a bet, and I don't know for a fact, but I can almost make a bet that Shawn Donvan and Alex Reiman will be a match of the year candidate for several podcasts, and probably will win match of the year because of the fact of what these guys have done is incredible. These guys have taken, they haven't really yes, they did touch at a couple of shows, but it hasn't been a full-blown fight like we're about to see on the 24th. Well, we've seen, obviously we've seen Shawn kind of interfere with Alex here and there, but we haven't really seen Alex go after Shawn, which, except for one time, as we saw in the video package, it was one time. But I think this is going to be a match that will definitely get some eyes on the product and definitely get some eyes on Pro Wrestling Magic as we head into 2025. This match, and it's weird to think that this is going to end up closing out the year, but this match and what we're about to see with these two guys to me is it's insane. I know Shawn right now is in the waiting room, but I'm waiting on Alex to join before I bring them both on. And guys, like I said, I don't know what to expect with what these two guys are going to say to each other, because the next time these guys see each other is going to be in a ring, in that very ring at the Mecca on November 24th. So we don't know what we're going to see. But guys, like I said, this is the last time, this is the first time they're going to see each other before that match, before that show. And it's, like I said, I mean, I can't say anything more about it. It's absolutely insane what these guys have done. And I give them both a shit ton of credit for what they were able to do with this. That there are people who aren't even wrestling fans. Like, I'll be honest, my girlfriend already said to me she wants to be in the building. Not for anything else. She wants to be in the building for that match. And I kind of joked with her. I'm like, are you sure about that? Well, guys, they're both here. So let me bring them both in right now. Let me do this the right way. Guys, what you're about to see, nothing that is said between these two guys will reflect the podcast. So I just want to bring that out. All that warning crap out. First, let me introduce to you guys the challenger. He is the messiah of old school. The one, the only, Shawn Donvan. Shawn, how you doing tonight?
Oh, I'm sorry. Jesus. Was I sleeping?
You're good.
Yeah, well, I mean, I just listened to you ramble for the last 6 minutes, just putting me to sleep. I should have asked Rob Williams this. At least Rob Williams actually has a little bit of personality. I do appreciate having me on, but let's clear something up before we get Alex on, if you don't mind. I have a little bit of a beef with you. You want to put out this little graphic about us meeting on this podcast, right? The least you could do is spell check. You didn't put an N at the end of my first name. You put a B, and then you spell my last name wrong. Oh, but you're a podcast journalist, right? Didn't you just commentate for an indie wrestling show?
Yes, I did.
Booked by a podcaster who has zero experience in the industry. What experience do you have in broadcasting and commentary?
Not a lot.
You just explained what independent professional wrestling is all about these days. It's all about booking people who have zero goddamn clue what the fuck they're doing in this industry. A podcaster who has no industry experience running an independent event with a commentary of a person who has never done commentary before. This should be a blast tonight.
I totally
bring Alex on. Bring Alex on so I don't fall asleep again.
And also join us tonight, Pro Wrestling Magic World Heavyweight Champion Alex Reiman. Alex, how you doing tonight?
About as good as I can be.
So let's get right to it now. Obviously, you guys are about to be in the ring for this show. Alex, let me throw it to you first. What are your thoughts going into this match?
My thoughts. Shawn, understand this is very, very personal to me. November 24th is the biggest day of my career now. You want to run around and play the victim and victimize yourself. And you want to say that I made things personal by bringing up your family. I was just reminding you of your family. And I was just reminding you to love them because you begged for my attention, not knowing that my attention was the same thing that could take you away from them. November 24th, I hope to God you tell Stacy you love her. I hope you look her in the eye one last time before you leave that house.
Hold on, Alex.
I'm
hold on a
talking
second.
right
I
now.
got
You
an
don't cut me
alarm
off.
that's going off because this is boring me to death right now. Finish what you got to say, and I'll rebut.
Classic Donovan.
Oh, sorry about that. Were you still talking?
No, I waited for you. I waited for you
thank
because
you
I
so
want you to
much.
look me in the eye when I say what I have to say. I want you to look Stacy in the eye and tell her you love her before you leave that house. Because I've already said goodbye to my family. I'm willing to die. Are you willing to do the same thing?
Alex, you have absolutely no idea what you're getting yourself into. Because here's the thing, Alex. What started as a playful joke was, yes, to get your attention, was to wake up. Stop being a big fish in a beyond, not even a pond. It's a puddle. It's a puddle you're in. I'll give you credit where credit is due. You have transformed your body. You are at the top of your game. You are better than 99.9% of the trash that invades Ridgefield Park, New Jersey. But you decided you wanted to get personal. So yeah, you brought my family into it. I got a little hot. But hey, at the end of the day, that's why there's a phrase called an eye for an eye. I just took it one step further. Now, did I know your dad was going to be in the building? No, I didn't. But hey, that was the cherry on top of the cake.
You like to sit here and say that I'm a big fish in a small pond.
Mm-hmm.
That small pond you talk about and you put down on a daily basis has enough talent to flood an ocean, and that's what you don't understand. Every member of the pro wrestling roster, a Pro Wrestling Magic roster, can overtake and invade any independent wrestling organization out there. I put that anywheres. From the Troy Locks to the Vinny Pacificos to the Junie Underwoods to the Ricky Prices to everyone in that locker room, Donovan, Pena, Darius Carter, myself. We could go in and invade any locker room. So I don't know what this small pond you talk about, because the amount of talent in that locker room is better than 90% of any independent wrestling organization out there. And I'm sitting at the top of it.
Hey, look, you want to defend your castle? That's totally fine, Alex. Defend your castle
just
all
to
you
chime in here
want.
for a second. I apologize, folks, by the way, if I wasn't on screen for a part of that. My computer decided to crap out on me. Right, the good part. But Alex, I don't know where Shawn went, but let me ask you this. When you go into that ring on the 24th, are you looking at this as another match, or is this going to be almost a fight to the death? Almost.
This is not a pro wrestling match. This transcends anything that pro wrestling is. This is a fight. There's a reason Pro Wrestling Magic knew not to sanction this. There's a reason that Shawn and myself had to sign waivers, clearing them of any liability of what's going to happen, because it's no longer pro wrestling. This is personal. I'm going to injure you. I'm going to maim you. I'm going to mangle you. There's going to be things that are said and done in that ring that in any civilization would be frowned upon.
Big words, Alex. Big words. I don't
Alex,
not
by the way,
expect
before
you to bring.
again, I don't know where Shawn went, but
I'm right
I just
here.
want to add this part.
I'm right here.
John, because we actually have a comment coming here from the Front Row Mafia, John Van Decker, who says that he's seen a million indie matches, and basically it reiterated the same thing I did earlier. But there's something with this match happening.
I couldn't really hear you, John. You kind of cut out there.
Okay, sorry about that. No, because I don't know. Shawn just left. I don't know what happened. Oh wait, he's back. He's back.
Classic. I don't expect anything less of him.
But no, like I was saying before, there's something magical with this one, with what fans are about to see, because I think the fans are going to be the winners in this one. But Shawn, let me ask you this now. Turn it to you now. Going into this match, what are your thoughts going into this?
Well, before I was rudely interrupted by your crappy program that you use here that kicked me off. Look, Alex, you can defend your kingdom all you want. You and I both know what's true. You and I both know what's a little bit exaggerated. But at the end of the day, Alex, this is where we're at. It's going to be a fight. Absolutely. I have fought people my entire life. I have fought people my entire career. I've taken shots to the face, and I'll give them, and I'll keep taking them. But Alex, understand something. What I'm trying to make you realize is that you are good enough. And even if I have to beat the sense into you, Alex, I will. Because I'm going to find out firsthand just how good you are. And maybe after that match, or I'm sorry, fight, you'll realize that you are bigger than that quote unquote Mecca you roam around in. Because I, Alex, like I've done for a lot of young independent wrestlers, I want you to realize your full potential. Sad that it has to come to the fact that I literally have to beat the holy hell out of you for you to realize that. The difference is going to be whether or not you can continue your career after that fight. Because I might just break your leg, might just break your arm, might just break your neck. So you can laugh all you want, Alex. I really don't care.
I see the light now. I get it. I understand it now. You're trying to save me. I get it. And in no way is this you trying to latch on to somebody who's younger than you and more talented than you. And in no way do you see the fleeting career you once had about to evaporate into nothingness. So you're looking for a life preserver. In no way, this is you saving me. This is you saving me, correct? Or is it you hanging on to me because you see how good I am? And you see me
Alex,
as a last
if I wanted
chance.
to hang on to somebody, I would hang on to somebody a hell of a lot more fucking talented than you. Trust me. This ain't about hanging on.
I know you've been doing it to Moff your entire career.
Oh, yeah, there you go with your joke there. Here's the thing, right? Moff will tell you right to his face, I'm sorry, right to your face, that I'm a better in-ring worker than he is. And even though I tell him that's not necessarily true, he and I are on both equal levels. And he will tell you that.
The good thing about friends is they lie for you too.
Yeah. Well, guess what? I guess your friends around you have been lying to you your whole fucking career.
We'll see about that.
Yeah.
We'll see about that.
Mm-hmm. We will see, Alex, because here's the thing, right? You had the opportunity a long time ago to go out on your own. And what did you do? You stayed complacent with a guy by the name of Steve Off. And you literally wasted years of your career. Now, granted, you're on top now, but maybe your career would be a lot different if you didn't hang on to that complacency.
You seem to neglect the fact that since I left Steve Off, I've been to Germany 3 times. I've been to the Netherlands. I've been to Canada. I've been to England. I've done 12 different states in the last 3 years. Yet you seem to latch on to one building that I work once, maybe twice a month in, and claim that that's all I do. I've wrestled world-class caliber wrestlers all around the world while you languished in Rawway.
Here's the difference, Alex. Rawway has always been known as the real mecca of professional wrestling. And I haven't just languished there. See, I've done a lot of things outside of my career. I train students legitimately so they have a great future and a great career in professional wrestling. I don't just languish.
And that's why Downey came to me.
Yeah.
And that's why Downey found me.
Yeah, he may have found you, but the last time I checked, that kid still walks through those doors and still trains. I don't mess with him on that one. I let him be. I let him make his own choices, Alex.
But he sat there and idly watched me punch you in the face, drawing blood from your skull, and laughed. Because he knew who his savior was.
Well, if you go back and watch that video, he did not laugh. He was actually telling you to stop because the kid has feelings. But again, he's a grown adult. I don't brainwash people. I teach them to make their own decisions in life. If his decision was to back you up, so be it. I don't hold him accountable for that, Alex. But
I don't brainwash anyone. Those who have come to me found me.
Okay. No, whatever you want to say, Alex. Look, at the end of the day, we can go around in circles all we want. Bottom line is, November 24th is going to be an actual fight. And I'm going to enjoy punching you in the face. I'm going to enjoy kicking you in the ribs. And I'm going to enjoy leaving marks all over your body that you're going to wake up to the next day and say, man, what the hell did I get myself into?
That very well may be true. And everything you just said may be true. But I ask you one thing.
Mm-hmm.
The next time you have the chance to finish me off, do it. Because if not, this is going to last forever. Until my lungs can no longer draw air and my heart no longer pumps blood, one of us is going to have to go. And it's not going to be me. November 24th, I'm not going to have Lugosi out there. I'm not going to have Downey out there. I'm going to look you straight in the eye, spit in your face, and cause every amount of punishment for you. On November 24th, there will be no serenity for you. No safety.
Trust me, Alex. The safety that I live in is in my head. And trust me, I can go to places that you wouldn't have ever dreamed of going, Alex. And this is not me trying to one-up you, Alex. It's not. I've been in wars in real life that would make you cry. So trust me when I can tell you, I'm ready for the physical nature. And I'm not going to say you won't leave scars or marks on me. I'm not going to say that you might be the one to come out on top and knock me out. And if you do, congratulations to you. I'll give you that respect, but only if you can actually do that.
If you want to know just how dark and twisted I'm willing to go, if you want to know the depravity that's in my mind, just ask Dan Moff. The entire year I spent last year chasing him, hounding him, until I finally was in a ring, attached by a dog collar, and I beat him. And not only did I beat him, I beat Kerr that same night to become the Pro Wrestling Magic heavyweight champion. And no sane man walks into a dog collar match with Dan Moff. November 24th, I get to live out my darkest fantasies.
Very cute, Alex. Very cute. Anything else, John? Because I think I'm done wasting my time here. Oh, look, he's on mute. What a professional. He's still on mute. We can't hear a word he's saying. Man. The world of indie podcasts just dropped another level tonight. And you know, Alex, you could say it's true too. But hey, here we are. But at the end of the day, I'll see you in maybe a week and a half.
I'll see you then.
Enjoy. If you're still on mute, John, I'll give you the Iggy. I'm signing off.
Well, Johnny boy, you're still on mute. This has been fun. This has been I cannot wait until November 24th. I'm going to live out every dark fantasy I've ever had. In this life, you don't fear the Reaper, you fear the revolver.
This is not pro wrestling anymore, okay? This is legitimately personal.
This isn't called a mecca for fun. This is my place of worship. This is my steeple. This is where the God and devil take bets.
All right. Now that we're back, I just want to make sure. Can people hear me now? Can anybody hear me now? Oh, fucking, I hate technology. Ah! Wait, can anybody hear me? Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you. I just have one question. When Shawn was still on, could everybody hear me then? Okay. Oh, okay. But guys, I hope you guys enjoyed that a lot. That was a lot of fun. Again, I apologize about the mic situation. I don't know what the hell happened with that. But no, like I said, yeah, I could tell Shawn was not in the good mood. But here's the thing, though. Okay, and you guys know I tend to open my mouth quite a bit when it comes to saying certain things. But the one thing I will always say is that Shawn Donvan is somebody you don't want to mess with. Is not somebody you want to piss off. And you don't see a lot of heels in professional wrestling anymore. You don't see a lot of, well, let me rephrase it. You don't see a lot of true heels. I'll put it that way. But the one thing I will always say, there's a select few who I will always say are a good heel. And I'm going to say this right now. Shawn Donvan is one of those guys who will always be a good heel. You want to hate him. But he also made a lot of valid points. And one of the points he did bring up, which would be interesting, is had Alex kind of gone a different route, would his career have been different? If he didn't flounder with Steve off, would it have been different? Would it have been something that, could he have been? I mean, it's a very, I'm just going to say this much right now. If you are going to the show on November 24th, you're going to be seeing something magical. You're going to be seeing something that's incredible, because you're going to see two guys who legit hate each other with a passion, who are going to probably kill each other. Who are probably going, like I said, who are probably going to kill each other. That's the best way I can put it. That's really the only way I can put it. And the fact that, it took this long to happen is insane. It's absolutely insane. But I do want to get to, by the way, am I echoing at all? Because I know this microphone, I tend to echo a little bit. I just want to make sure I'm not echoing as well. But guys, we do got a few other things to get to before our next guest joins us, which would be Mr. Blaze Haram at 9:30. And by the way, guys, just for a little clue, I did spell Sean's name wrong. Just saying. But guys, coming up, let me just go through this quickly, as we still got some time before Blaze comes in on at 9:30. Coming up this Saturday, Titan Championship Wrestling presents Mount Olympus. It's the big show. Obviously, we know the main event will be Mike Mondo taking on PJ Savage for the TCW heavyweight title. You have Abby LeVay taking on Tiffany Avatar. You got a triple threat tag team title match and so much more. And you also have the 30-man Rumble match happening as well for that show. Just give me 1 second. Then coming up next week, November 23rd, the same day as the GCW show in New Jersey, Immortal Championship Wrestling has its final show of the year with Redemption 4 happening up in Rome, New York. Guys, there's the address. You're not going to want to miss it. But to keep things moving here, coming up on December 7th, Titan Championship Wrestling presents the Aftermath Revenge. And guys, by the way, you want to stay tuned to Titan social media over the next couple of days, because coming out of Mount Olympus, there might be some news dropping about something that might be happening at this show. But then, of course, you also have on December 7th, you have December 14th, sorry, my bad. You also have Battleground Championship Wrestling as they present All a Good Night, their last show of the year. And guys, we're going to definitely dive into that in a second. You also have Recombination with Christmas with a Vengeance happening December 15th. As we see here, one of the first matches announced is the Killamere Club versus, it's right there. And then coming up on January 4th next year, Awesome Championship Wrestling, the company that was just announced being ran by the duo of Vic Delicious and Hal Collins, the Now, are running their own show. And as you see there, fans will get a chance to meet Nick Nemeth, from your current TNA heavyweight champion. Tom Latimer is going to be there. It looks like Tommy Dreamer is going to be there. Dave LaGreca from Busted Open is going to be there. And so much more. But guys, talking about the Battleground show, I just want to talk about this show pretty quickly. First thing is first. We talked about it last week, and I just want to dive into it now. We got Vampiro taking on Crowbar. Also in action will be B-Boy defending the title against Matt Tremont. MVP makes his debut with Battleground, taking on Wrecking Ball Lugursky. In women's action, Daddy Mo, who this will be her 5th title defense or 6th title defense since winning that belt, will take on the former WWE superstar Leva Bates. Coming up also on that show, in triple threat action. This one's going to be, I think, a show stealer, in my opinion. Isaiah Wolf, VSK, and Facade will all be in triple threat action. Also in action, we will have, I can't believe I'm about to say this, but Blackout being the good guys. That's what we've seen them do at the last 2 shows. Taking on the Sex with Your Next X Express, the team of Christian Ross, the Philadelphia Playboy, or the not Philadelphia Playboy, but it's still Philadelphia Playboy. Obviously, Alvin Alvarez right now is injured, and supposedly Joel Gertner is going to announce a new person. Also, a number one contendership match will be happening as Rich Swann takes on the wrestler formerly known as Kalisto. And guys, this match is one I cannot freaking wait. Nick Gage, Drake Younger for the BCW Street Fight Championship. Yeah. Just let that one sink in for a second. And guys, we're actually going to take a quick break here just so that I can kind of catch my thoughts here for a second. Just want to see if no more comments coming. Okay, good. Guys, we're going to take a quick break. I'm going to replay for you guys once again the video of the package from Shawn Donvan and Alex Reiman, courtesy of Bob Culture Podcast and courtesy of the Pro Wrestling Magic. So, guys, in case you missed the sit down earlier today, kind of what kind of led to all of it. Oh, Ryan is? Hi, Ryan. I guess you're in there. Hi. But guys, enjoy.
This is not pro wrestling anymore, okay? This is legitimately personal.
This isn't called a mecca for fun. This is my place of worship. This is my steeple. This is where the God and devil take bets on my soul. Neither of them won.
Wait till the world is mine.
Alex Reiman is trying to be a knockoff version of Cactus Jack.
Wait a second! Donovan is here! Who wasn't here with the mask? Who was that?
He's not really effing crazy.
What's going on here? What the hell is this? Can we get security? This is my kingdom! Oh! Donovan! Oh my! He's not supposed to even be here! It's mine!
Alex! Go! Alex, get off of him! What are you doing? Stop trying to be a big fish in a small pond. You're better than that, but you just don't realize it.
Because when I made my mind up when I was 4 years old that I wanted to be a professional wrestler, nobody was going to take this away from me. And Shawn Donvan, you almost did that. Almost.
You should see me in a
No, he's got a fat. Oh my God! Shoulder arriving. The locker room is trying to gain control. Go! Oh, please. I got that. I got no weakness. Oh, come on! Steve is screaming, I think, at Alex's father to get down. Tell your little trainer that I'll be waiting next month. Tell him it's unsanctioned. Tell him there is no lawsuits pending. Tell him there is no law enforcement waiting for him or I. Only a hospital and or a morgue.
And guys, we are back live. Yes, guys, if you missed it earlier, definitely go back and check it out. It was very intense 15 minutes, to say the least, but god damn, those guys really I mean, I know Sean's gonna hate me for freaking, because apparently I don't have a personality, according to Shawn Donvan. But no, my whole thing is this. You've seen a lot of wrestling happen where, and I said this before, and I'll say this again, where you don't know if you see. John said it perfectly earlier. Yeah, Mark, it does smell a little bit like smoke. But that's also, I know that there's the fire warning. So if Stony Brook is burning down to the ground, I guess then this will be a fiery episode. Well, hey, one of my kids already been a fiery episode with freaking what we just saw beforehand with Shawn Donvan and Alex Reiman. And it is, like I said, it's definitely it. I'm just gonna say this much right now. Obviously, we know next week is the 3-year anniversary show. I just want to mention this part. To be able, and I look at Shawn Donvan as somebody like, he's definitely one of the veterans, but he's one of the bigger names, especially at. I remember this one of the last shows, like not last shows, but last year at there was a show in Tom's River. If any of the Jersey people are on here, if you remember the show, it was in Tom's River. There was a show where Sting was there, and I remember Shawn took on now current SmackDown general manager Nick Aldis. So he's definitely. But the fact that I can sit there and have somebody like him on, and I can go with him toe to toe, really shows you how far I've come. And guys, like I said, coming up next week, guys, it's going to be a fun show. Mark, I hope to see you there. Mark, I was actually about to touch upon that. Thank you for bringing that up. Let's talk about the WWID thing for a second here, because it was announced last week that, not last week, 2 weeks ago, that WWE is starting this. Basically, it's their way of signing certain indie people. And I'm actually going to go over to to Twitter. And we're going to go over who is in this whatchamacallit group that was signed already.